Hi everyone. Welcome to the November 2023 update at Farsight. We have huge things to announce today. Here's a quick summary of what is happening at Farsight this month. I'm Courtney Brown, Director of Farsight, where we study the subject of remote viewing widely applied. We also have an interest in things that are extraterrestrial. So here's the big news. We now have 2 major mystery projects out each month, starting now, this month. They are Galactic Mysteries and Earth Mysteries. First, let me explain Galactic Mysteries, and then I will explain Earth Mysteries. Galactic Mysteries is an evolutionary step from ET News, which we are ending. We learned a lot from ET News. We learned how to watch what the ETs are doing in real time. We gained a lot of unrivaled experience watching ETs under a large variety of circumstances, mostly within or near the Earth environment. Now, with this experience under our belts, we are expanding our reach farther out into the solar system and the galaxy. To begin, we are going to hone in on a major mystery that has been touched on by a number of people and groups throughout the years: ET moon bases. In particular, we are going to focus on the largest reptilian-controlled base on the moon. So, we will start this new Galactic Mystery series close to home on the moon, and then expand outward. We are going to explore outward step by step, planet by planet, star system by star system, and to learn firsthand what has been going on in our galaxy for a very long time that impacts what is happening right here on Earth right now. So far, we have discerned that our galaxy has been a war-torn place for a very long time, a holocaust of unbelievable proportions. But we don't know what that really looks like. We also don't know the heroic stories of subjects and groups across the galaxy. These are stories that need to be told. Gone are the days in which the rest of the galaxy simply looks at the dramas on Earth like we are some kind of reality TV sitcom. Now we are turning the tables fully, and we are watching the rest of the galaxy, learning their stories, their adventures, their amazing histories. And as we are watching them, they can learn from us as they see how we see them and how we evaluate their struggles, their joys, hardships, their lives. We will bring you these very real, non-fictional stories directly from them to farsightprime.com. Our first edition of Galactic Mysteries is out in a week. The largest reptilian-controlled base on the moon. You heard it right. Now, Earth Mysteries is different. And that is an evolutionary extension from our original Mysteries projects that have a focus on Earth, humanity, and our collective history. Earth Mysteries will start this month also, and it will come out in the middle of the month, just like our previous Mysteries projects. But the focus will be on stuff that happens here on Earth. Sometimes it is best to explain things with an example, so I will now tell you the topic of our new Earth Mysteries project that will be released in the middle of November. The title is, Jesus Was Never Crucified. They Killed the Wrong Guy. This new project is an extension of a project that we did long ago titled Crucifixion Ruse. Now, in that early project, the single remote viewer was Daz Smith, and he used the CRV method of remote viewing. The CRV method of remote viewing is maintained by Lynn Buchanan, who is a member of the board of directors at Farsight. Daz is and has always been an amazing pioneer in remote viewing and an extremely talented remote viewer. He worked on that project over a number of months via a string of solo sessions. It was such a controversial project at the time that the board of the Farsight Institute voted not to include it as one of our official projects. So it was released separately using its own website, crucifixionruse.com. But now we decided that such a major topic needed to be witnessed by more than one remote viewer. Also, our viewers are of such capability now that we felt that they were fully ready to tackle an important topic of this magnitude. And now the remote viewing is done, and it is more amazing than ever. Friends, this project blends with a host of other projects that we have done here at Farsight, and I will sort it all out in the project itself. Jesus was a great guy, but the biblical story of Jesus is very different from what really happened. What really happened and why it happened, the truth, is something everyone on this planet needs to know. Mid-November 2023, you will know in just a few weeks. If you have never seen a Farsight project, watch this one. And if you have seen many Farsight projects, hang tight. What you thought you knew about the world will likely change in a major way. The true story of Jesus during the crucifixion. You will find out what Jesus was doing during that time and who was actually crucified. Mid-November 2023, only on FarsightPrime.com. Now, let me mention something about our series, Conversations with Harvey. Now, in that series, I have conversations recorded live on camera with one or more extraterrestrials where we discuss serious matters relating to Earth's situation or dilemma. I have no trouble seeing Harvey in the same way a trained remote viewer can see ETs of all sorts. I am used to doing this, but he is not visible on camera, and many people wish that Harvey and his entourage would be visible on camera. Now please think this through. It would be simple on a technical level for Harvey, his ships, and his entourage to be visible to the naked eye and on camera. But if that happened even once, think of what would result. There were something like 200 ETs in the area when those conversations occur, many of which are fully armed security people, plus lots of ships in the sky, all using stealth tech. Security is everywhere at those events, since it is necessary for the entire event to be protected from top to bottom. Now, what would happen if 200 uniformed personnel, together with a complete security force from any nation on Earth, any nation, friend or foe, showed up unannounced on a public beach in the U.S.? Just think about this. The U.S. military would immediately know about it, and they would consider this an armed incursion. They would necessarily respond with force, jets, ships, helicopters, the works. Well, it should be of no surprise that if 200 extraterrestrials plus their fully armed ships and security personnel showed up visibly on a U.S. beach, the entire U.S. military would be activated. I might even be arrested for engaging in interactions with foreign agents on U.S. soil. The only reason the interactions are allowed to happen is because it looks like I am a nutty professor talking to an imaginary friend, like in the movie Harvey, written by Mary Chase, starring Jimmy Stewart. But if everything was clearly visible, you know tremendous problems would occur, and they would be immediate, not something that would result from, say, congressional hearings months or years from now. In addition, the ETs who have written agreements with the United States government, and these are the ETs who we consider to be the bad ETs, they would consider it a violation of their agreements with the government if such interactions were allowed to be visible in public. The agreements stipulate specifically that there must be total secrecy regarding the ET presence on Earth. Yeme Jeaneé, former head of the Israeli Space Directorate for 30 years, has described such agreements and their secrecy requirement. And among people who know about such things, they are not in dispute. There is no wiggle room in those agreements, and we have proven to you that the secrecy is real by showing you how to make your own videos on demand of UFOs using modified cameras. To see them, we have to purposefully evade their stealth tech. So the stealth tech stuff is real. They are there, and they are doing everything they can to hide themselves from you. So the interactions with Harvey and his group have to be as they are, with the ETs invisible and with me translating the interactions and conversations, all recorded live on camera. If you think it through, it is obvious that this is the best that can be done at the current time. Harvey's group of ETs would love the entire thing to be visible and public, but that cannot happen, obviously, not yet. But at least they can talk to you, with us acting as translators, and that is a good beginning. The information that is coming through those conversations with Harvey is often very new, even for me. And it is worth watching, and I must add, only on FarsightPrime.com. That is our uncensored venue to present to you the deep, deep. Now, before I continue, do you want to see a recent UFO video that we took with our own cameras here at Farsight? The UFO was using stealth tech, as usual, of course, and we evaded the stealth tech by shooting it in infrared at 120 frames per second, and then slowing it way down to 1/20th of the original speed. It is a classic orb configuration traveling approximately 20,000 miles an hour or 32,000 kilometers per hour. Here it is. And the camera is pointed upwards at a 45-degree angle, and we're at 339 degrees north, which is it's actually northwest. Okay. We don't think that those types of spacecraft are actually shaped like an orb. Rather, we think the orb configuration is a result of the propulsion system or the stealth tech, or both. But the thing was totally invisible in visible light. We could only see it with infrared and, of course, slowed way down. Our UFO videos are recorded on demand when we want to do it. It is not a matter of being lucky or rare to get one on camera. They are all over the place in huge numbers, and they come in all sorts of configurations: rotating saucers, cigar-shaped, triangular, big, small, everything in between. They almost always move crazy fast, and nearly always using stealth tech of some sort that makes them invisible in visible light. And we repeatedly record the UFOs time after time using the methods that we have published on our website, farsight.org. You can see more of these UFO videos on your phone on my Instagram page, Courtney Brown Farsight, all one word. Again, Courtney Brown Farsight, all one word. In the comment section below the Instagram page, we describe the equipment and the settings used for this video and other UFO videos, and you can get more details about this on our website, farsight.org. Our videos are way better than the crappy stuff that the U.S. military releases, and we explain what is going on with these UFOs and inside the UFOs with our many projects that you can find on our streaming service, farsightprime.com. And I must add, the group of ETs who we call the good ETs have been helping us do all this, so obviously they want the secrecy to end, which is another reason why you should consider the conversations with Harvey to be very real. Here is the UFO clip one more time. And the camera is pointed upwards at a 45-degree angle, and we're at 339 degrees north, which is it's actually northwest. Okay. Moving on. Remember that we are starting a huge instructional and educational effort here at Farsight. We want people to know how to do everything that we do, especially remote viewing. We are not going to change the planet all by ourselves, a few people doing amazing things with remote viewing. Rather, we aim to train a large number of Farsight certified instructors who are going to teach remote viewing everywhere to millions of people. We have described our courses that lead up to this on our website, farsight.org. We are also listing our Farsight certified instructors who are teaching these classes, and the list will grow as more people obtain certification. The Farsight instructors are doing this on their own. Farsight does not get any financial benefit from their activities. And that is how we plan on doing things with new instructors who achieve the educational goals and certifications from Farsight. We want people to make money teaching our version of remote viewing. That will be the only way that the knowledge of remote viewing will spread far and wide. Also, nowhere can you get anything close to our huge library of free printed instructional materials available on farsight.org, as well as our instructional videos, which are available on farsightprime.com to all of our paying subscribers. We are also adding new instructional videos up regularly, so now is the time to learn how to do this. We also want people to be able to work as paid remote viewers, doing projects that they or others create. We are going to be announcing lots of new instructional stuff on an ongoing basis, so keep glued to Farsight. Start by going to our website, farsight.org, and near the top of the navigation bar on the left you will see a link for remote viewing courses. Farsight is totally transparent. We have lots of public projects that you can watch to see what we do, and then we teach you how to do what we do. And that includes everything, from making videos of UFOs to doing and even teaching remote viewing. You can't get this anywhere else. And our streaming service, farsightprime.com, is the best anywhere, totally equivalent on a technical level to any of the best streaming services available today. Farsight is first class, from top to bottom. So when you follow our stuff, you are engaging with the best. And I hope you are watching our Deep News series that is released throughout each month on both YouTube and FarsightPrime.com. Here we dive into the really deep stuff that they only hint at on the mainstream news, if they even mention it at all. We are releasing Deep News one brief session at a time throughout the month, with multiple remote viewers participating. So it does not take long to watch each report. This month, we have two major stories that we investigate, both involving the Hamas attack on Israel that started in October 2023. Now, the first is whether Ali Akbar Ahmadian, the head of Iranian security, knew about the Hamas attack on Israel before the attack. We also investigate how much the Iranian president, Ibrahim Raisi, knew about the attack. The second story we are investigating is how much David Barnea, head of Mossad, and Benjamin Netanyahu, the Prime Minister of Israel, knew about the attack before it happened. Israel has one of the best security agencies on the planet, and it is an obvious question of how it could have missed this huge event. Our remote viewers perceive some amazing stuff, and you are going to see it this month, one session at a time throughout the month. So keep coming back during the month to get the latest. You can't get anything that we give you from the mainstream news. Farsight is unique. Deep News, the news show you have been waiting for. Also, I will host the next Farsight Intelligence Briefing in November. It will be live streamed on YouTube as always, but the recorded version will be permanently available on FarsightPrime.com. Now, a big item. In this day and age of increasing censorship and cancel culture, we are starting to put our YouTube content up on Rumble, just in case. We have just started doing this, and it will take a while to get all of our past YouTube content reposted on Rumble. But our new stuff, including this Farsight update, is going up on Rumble. So please follow us on rumble.com as well. Again, just in case. You can never be too safe these days. You can find the Rumble link for us in the YouTube description area below this video. You can also find us on Rumble by searching for Farsight Institute. Now remember that you have to include the word Institute. So with our own streaming service, FarsightPrime.com, plus our YouTube backup on Rumble, we can stay connected with you no matter what happens in the future. Be patient as we get more content up on Rumble. And for those of you who are interested in cryptocurrencies, we are publishing our new 5-year Seco Plus forecast in November. We still think that cryptocurrencies will be a big thing in the future, and cryptocurrencies are starting to rise again in a very significant way. The identities of the cryptocurrencies are not revealed in the forecast, and those who want to find out more about our Seco Plus forecast and to purchase the identities for all of our Seco Plus forecasts can do so on our website, farsight.org. We are also starting to repeat Seco Plus forecasts so that we can get additional data on those currencies which we have already done, which helpfully extends the forecasts further into the future. The way we see it, companies will simply not want to see governments controlling the money supply forever. Governments are just too corrupt. Businesses want stability above all things, and blockchain is the future. So we are continuing with our Seco Plus project. We think it will continue to grow in importance in the future. And I must remind all of you that no one at Farsight is a licensed financial advisor. So anything that anyone at Farsight does that relates to using remote viewing to predict financial or economic outcomes of any type, including the performance and or selling prices of cryptocurrencies, stocks, commodities, or anything else, is done for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everyone doing investments are doing so at their own risk. These are experiments in remote viewing, and there are no guarantees or warranties being made, either expressed or implied. Nonetheless, these efforts are truly interesting on a grand scale, and we at Farsight believe that after we do this for a while, it will be hard for anyone to ignore the reality of remote viewing. So, how do you hear about all of our activities that we do at Farsight so that you can participate and get the latest when they happen, including our live streams? Well, to start with, we use our email list and YouTube to make our major event announcements. So, there are a few things you need to do. First, you need to subscribe to our YouTube channel and remember to click on the notifications bell that appears after you subscribe. That is the only way YouTube will notify you of the new events, especially our live stream events. Just subscribing doesn't do anything. The notifications bell is the important part, but that only notifies you of things that we release on YouTube. To be notified about the things that we release on FarsightPrime.com, which you can watch using our Apple and Android apps, on the web, and on your home TV, you need to subscribe to our free email newsletter found on our website at farsight.org. You can also allow our apps to notify you of our new releases on FarsightPrime.com. So be sure to do all three things. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Farsight, and remember to click on the notifications bell, and then subscribe to our free email newsletter that you can find on our website, farsight.org. And finally, go to the settings of our app and allow it to give you notifications of our new releases on FarsightPrime.com. Also, check to make sure that your email program isn't putting our newsletter into your junk, spam, or promotions folder. Some email programs are really aggressive in doing that, so it is worth it to check. And if your email program insists on putting our newsletter into your promotions folder, please check that folder regularly to make sure that you are getting our updates. The links for YouTube and our newsletter are in the description area below this video, and the app is, well, it's on your phone. Those are how we announce what we do. We never send out spam, and we never give our subscriber list to anyone else for any purpose. Well, that is it for the November 2023 update on what is going on at Farsight. Stick with us in these changing times, and we will always stick with you. What you get from Farsight, you can get absolutely nowhere else. Stay ahead of the curve. Let the mainstream fade in the dust. Be there now. I am Courtney Brown, Director of Farsight.